What's up everyone, my name's Alpha and today we're back with another Pokemon challenge video. Today we're on Pokemon LeafGreen and today's challenge week, can I beat Pokemon LeafGreen using a hardcore Nuzlocke rule set? Again, we're back on hardcore Nuzlocke rules and it's kind of fun to do. Today we're doing a hardcore Nuzlocke on LeafGreen with only grass type Pokemon. So it's a monotype hardcore Nuzlocke. Here are the rules for this challenge. So basically it's a simple Nuzlocke with added hardcore rules as well. Regular Nuzlocke rules are first encounter is the only encounter for the route, which is different for now because it's monotype, so it's the first encounter that is of that type that counts. So that's good to know because it would have helped with the last Nuzlocke I did, but you know what, I guess I gotta learn. As well, if my Pokemon ever faint, they are dead. I gotta nickname each Pokemon after you guys, of course. And that is just the simple Nuzlocke rules. Here is the hardcore Nuzlocke. I cannot use items inside a battle. I cannot switch out any Pokemon, so I gotta play on set mode. I'm also not allowed to over level my Pokemon past the gym leader's Pokemon. So that's gonna be very annoying in itself because LeafGreen's level gap gets really confusing. I'll explain to you guys why when we get there. But those are the rules for this video. And also here are the comments I picked out for this challenge video. If you guys want to be nicknamed after a Pokemon in my future challenge videos, just drop it in the comments and hopefully I'll pick yours. And as well, while you guys are down here, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas just like this one or other hardcore Nuzlockes you guys want me to do. And also subscribe if you guys are not already, it'll greatly help my channel. And thank you so much for 22,000 subscribers, it means a lot to me. Anyways, let's get into the challenge video itself. Also follow my Twitter, I need more followers on Twitter, so click the link in the description or the pinned comments to follow my Twitter. Anyways, let's get into the video. So to start off, of course, there is only one starter we can pick out of Professor Oak's lab, which is going to be a Bulbasaur. Now, this Bulbasaur, we are going to restart until we got a timid Bulbasaur. Once we get this timid Bulbasaur, we are good to go. We got to skedaddle because we need speed on Bulbasaur at all times because we need to outspeed Pokemon to put sleep powder on them. Once we have that, we're going to progress through the game a lot quicker, like a very much quicker. We're not going to get hurt at all. We almost lose our first battle against Gary, so that's tough. We'll actually get Vine Whip pretty early in this game, so nothing too bad. I believe we can't get past level 14 or something like that, so that is kind of a pain. But luckily for us, we have a Bulbasaur, and Bulbasaur, well, as you can see, just destroys the entirety of this gym. We beat Pewter City Gym in 4 moves, 2 for the first trainer and 2 for Brock himself. So we beat the first gym leader pretty easily. Now we're going to head west of Pewter City. In here, there's a bunch of trainers for us. We're going to avoid most of the trainers because we don't want to get over level because the next level gap is, I think, 22. So I cannot get past level 22. But we're able to evolve our Bulbasaur into an Ivysaur, which is completely nice for us. And now we're going to head into Mount Moon. Now in Mount Moon, there is not much for us besides our second Pokemon. In here, we get our second Pokemon, which is a Paris. Now Paris is, well, not a good Pokemon, but it's the next option we have. So we don't have many options, so we got to deal with having a Paris. It's a pain to train up, but once we get trained up and once we get through Mount Moon, we're going to head into Cerulean City. In Cerulean City, we're going to face off against Misty in her water gym. Now, Misty, just like Brock with an Ivysaur destroys this completely easy. Look at this. And the level gap was actually 21 though. Since I leveled up in the battle of the gym leader, I'm technically not over level when I started the battle, so that's a little loophole I could do. Anyways, we beat down the Starmie pretty easily with 2 Razor Leafs, as you can see like that. And we get the second gym badge really easily as we head into one of the harder rival battles. Okay, here's a confession, guys. I've actually lost a few times on this attempt because I'm not good at this game. This rival battle in particular, Sleep Powder misses sometimes, and then I can't really do too much because it's going to Sand Attack me down. But I'm able to Razor Leaf, knock out the Pidgeotto. Then it's going to send out its Charmander, which I can outspeed it, Leech Seed, and Razor Leaf it, and then I actually destroy it pretty easily. And the rest of this team is kind of garbage, so we could knock it out. And down goes Gary. One of the harder battles in this game, but there's going to be a lot more rival battles. The most, surprisingly, the most annoying battles in this run is actually against my rival. Our next grass encounter will be in this route north of the Nugget Bridge against the Bellsprout. We can capture it pretty easy. So we have a third team member on our team. And this Bellsprout, you know what, I haven't used Bellsprout in a long time, so I don't know how to really use it, but Growth and Vine Whip goes pretty far. Growth in this game, Vine Whip is not physical. There's no special and physical split. It's just based on types, so all grass moves are special attack as we evolve our Bellsprout into a Weeping Bell. And we're going to use that weeping bow against our rival once again on the SSN. We're going to obviously sleep powder down to Pidgeotto and then growth up in front of him. Once we get a bunch of growth up, we're going to Vine Whip 2-shot to Pidgeotto. And luckily for us, we actually Vine Whip as Kadabra misses attack and knocks out Kadabra. And then survives an Ember from the Charmeleon and 2-shot it using Vine Whip. Simple as that. Man, we are so good at this game. And also there's Eradicate. There's a whole theory on Gary's Eradicate, but you know what? We're not going to go into that theory. That's a Lockston theory video, not our video. We're going to Vine Whip, knock out the Eradicate, and we're going to move on from the SSN into Lieutenant Surge's gym. In Lieutenant Surge's gym, we're going to start the battle using our Weeping Bell against his Voltorb. We're going to Sleep Powder it. He's going to Screech me, so I'm scared that he's going to self-destruct. I forget if he has self-destruct or not, but we're going to Growth in front of him a few times, and then Vine Whip, 2-shot him, knock him out. I decided not to teach myself Acid because it's a physical move in this game, so it's not really too helpful. As you can send out a Pikachu, well, just get one-shot it. And then we just beat down the Raichu as we get our third gym badge. You know, it's looking pretty easy for us. Well, it looked easy. I got down to really red HP, but it's looking easiest for us, but it gets way harder, I'll tell you that. But from here, though, we're going to evolve our Paris into a Parasect. I mean, it's not the easiest thing in the world, but we're trying our best. We're going to evolve it into a Parasect as we head into Rock Tunnel next. We're going to head into Rock Tunnel, clear through Rock Tunnel as best as we can, get as much XP on our Pokemon as we can, and as well teach our Parasect Spore. That would be really useful if Parasect was a good Pokemon. Unfortunately, it's not, so it doesn't really matter what moves it has. Anyways, we're going to head into Celadon City. We're going to get our Pokemon trained up to level 29, because that's the level cap of this gym. And then face off against Erika. Erika's going to be very annoying because she's the grass gym leader of this game. And we're going to start the battle using our Ivysaur. We're going to try to Sleep Powder down to Victory Bell. I completely forgot grass type Pokemon are affected by Sleep Powder in this game, or in this generation. And just going to keep Sleep Powdering down, tackle it down, and then eventually we're able to knock it out. Unfortunately, I mean, we'll eventually get to it, but he just Stun Spore me. He gets me down to really low HP and has items. It's kind of, you know, that's the annoying part about this game, because they could use items, we can't. But at least we have a brain, and we beat down the Victory Bell with 1 HP left, of course. Then send in our Parasect to Spore down Tangela and cut down it. In this game, or in this run, cut is a useful move for once, because Bullet Seed doesn't do anything, so we just got to cut down the Tangela, eventually knock it out, and then it's going to send out his Vileplume, so I got to switch into my Victory Bell. My Weeping Bell is able to Sleep Powder down the Vileplume, and then just Secret Power it, 4-shot it. It's simple as that. I mean, just it didn't wake up, so we completely destroyed Erika, and it got closer than we thought, but we're able to knock out Erika as we head into the game corner to get ourselves some Miracle Seeds. Now, Miracle Seeds, Hell items are allowed in Hardcore Nuzlocke. Miracle Seeds boost up grass type moves, so that'll be useful for us as we head into the Team Rocket Hideout next. In the Team Rocket Hideout, we're just gonna clear through it. Just get some XP. Eventually evolve our Ivysaur into a Venusaur, something we couldn't do for a little bit. And now Radical Red has traumatized me in thinking Giovanni is actually a really strong trainer. He's not. I mean, we beat Giovanni easily just using our Ivysaur. He's not a strong trainer at all. It's just in my head. Radical Red has scared me too hard. But once we're done with that, we're cleared through the Rocket Hideout, and then we're gonna head into Lavender Tower. In Lavender Tower, I mean, pretty simple. Weeping Bell's going crazy. Just knock everything out. Now, the problem is, I want to go over this real quick because this is it. Once we beat the 4th gym leader, we have options to go to either Sabrina or Koga. And the problem with that is their level cap is level 43 on both of them. So now the level gap is already jumped over like 10 levels. I mean, there was progressively getting bigger, like 3-4 levels ahead. Now it's 10 levels ahead. Now we have a lot of room to grow. We're going to take that space and try to get our Pokemon to the highest level as we can. We're going to go into Fuchsia City by beating down a Cycling Road, as you can see. Get our Pokemon up pretty high level, and then head into the Safari Zone, where we catch ourselves and Execute as our first encounter, or our first grass type encounter. With 6, I mean, I'm surprised it stayed with me, but I mean, we got lucky that it stayed with me. Once we get Execute, we're going to go into Koga's gym, and then train it up to level 40. Then we're going to go into Silph Co and evolve or Execute into an Executor. As well, teach it Psychic while we're here, and then face off against our rival in Silph Co. Luckily, we have an Executor with Reflect on it, so we could actually 1v1 the Pidgeot pretty easily. This Pidgeot is not no chance at all. I forget that Radical Red is an insane version of this game, because in Radical Red they have a Staraptor that just destroys my team all the time. As well, we 1v1 the Gyarados, and then luckily enough, my Venusaur can take a Flamethrower from the Charizard and can slowly weaken down the Charizard. I'm not too sure why I use scary face because it just cost him the game as I put it to sleep and then synthesis up so I could survive another one. And now I just gotta stall out the Charizard and knock it out. And just like that, we beat it. From there, we're gonna head into the next fight against Giovanni. And now Giovanni, there's no problem at all. We just get to set up with our Weeping Bell by sleep powering down and then leech seeding and then growing in front of the Nidorino. And then eventually I'm able to outbeat it. Weeping Bell has Vine Whip apparently, and Vine Whip just destroys everyone. And then Vine Whip 2 shots to Nidoqueen, 2 shots to Kangaskhan, barely live its Mega Kick though. And then 1 shot to Rhyhorn as we beat Giovanni. And we have to head into the next part of the game. Now we're going to head into Sabrina's gym, which is the 5th gym leader for us. We're going to face off against Sabrina using our bug type Pokemon, our bug grass Pokemon, Parasect. Fortunately, Parasect is not that good because it doesn't have any bug moves. I mean, you learn Leech Seed once, but I mean, that's about it. So I'm going to spore down the we're going to spore down the Kadabra and then 1 shot it using Secret Power. And unfortunately, the Venomoth gets too crazy over here. I don't get the Paralyze using Secret Power, so I got to switch out into my Venusaur and then Leech Seed it. I get Side Beam confused. It's getting annoying here. I mean, it's doing a lot of damage to me. I'm not hitting any of my moves, so I got to switch out my Venusaur into my Executor. Once my Executor is out, I'm able to Leaf Powder it, and then Psychic would knock him out. Next up, he's going to send up is Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime, I mean, just got Leech Seeded by my Executor, put it to sleep, and then seed it up, and then put it to sleep again, and eventually I can knock it down, whittle it down. It's going to use healing items, it's fine, it's fine. Sabrina, waste all your healing items on Mr. Mime as the Alakazam comes out next. Luckily, I got scared that it has some coverage, Shadow Ball or something, but it has Future Sight and Psychic. It's not going to do anything. As we beat Sabrina, and we can actually learn Calm Mind on our Psychic type. So that's kind of annoying. I'm not going to lie. That's pretty annoying that I can't learn Calm Mind. Anyways, we're going to evolve our Weeping Bow into a Victory Bow as we head into the next fight against Koga. Koga is going to be the 6th gym leader of the game. We're going to Psychic down his Coughing. We powered it down to Muck, and then Psychic will 1-shot it. Then it's going to send us Coughing again. I outspeed it, knock it out. And then outspeed his Weezing and knock that thing out as well. As we beat Koga, I mean, pretty convincingly. It's just so easy. Next up, we're gonna go back into Pallet Town. We taught our Pokemon Surf. We're not using Lapras. Don't worry, we just got a Surf on his back. And then we found ourselves a Tangela. This is our last Grass type Pokemon available to us. So we're gonna Master Ball it. I mean, because we have nothing else to do. We're gonna Master Ball down Tangela and then head into Cinnabar Island next. In Cinnabar Island, we got clear through the mansion. We get a TM for Solar Beam and Sunny Day. I mean, so it's looking pretty good. We can always have that. Most of our Pokemon has Chlorophyll, so they get boosted up in the sun, so that could be useful. I mean, any strat. Next up, we're gonna head into the gym of Cinnabar Island, which is the 7th gym leader of the game, which is against Blaine. Now, Blaine's the fire type gym leader, so of course it's gonna be difficult. And I actually opted in using my Tangler first. Tangler is going to start the battle against Growlithe. Now, it wants to Stun Spore the Growlithe down to get the Paralyze on it. Now, luckily, it actually lands a Fire Blast on me, so that's not fun. So I decided to switch out into my Executor, take another Fire Blast, which is great. I think I could possibly live one more, so I'm gonna Light Screen up. Luckily enough, he does get paralyzed, and then I could get Leech Seed on him again, so I could live it unless he crits, and lucky enough, he does not crit me. And then I could switch out into my Victory Bow. Now, Victory Bow, dangerous move because it could get critted, but I gotta risk it because this is the only thing I can do. I'm gonna grow in front of this Growlithe. Hopefully he gets paralyzed. Unfortunately, he hits another Fire Blast, which is very obnoxious. Eventually, it's actually gonna run out of Fire Blast, so it's gonna bite me down. And then I can actually grow up in front of it, get my HP back, and then eventually thief him and knock him out. Then it's gonna send us Ponyta. I outspeed it. Thief it will knock him out. Then it's gonna send us Rapidash. I'm able to thief it, knock it out as well. But unfortunately, it lives and then Fire Blast me. Luckily, it does not knock me out, so I'm able to thief it once more. But geez, that got kind of scary. And then finally, as Blaine's final Pokemon, it's an Arcanine. I'm gonna try to Sleep Powder it. Luckily, it lands Sleep Powder, and then it's gonna try to heal it off as I thief it and crit it, knock him out. And we beat Blaine. Surprisingly, we almost lost a Sweeper, and our run could have been dead from there. But we actually ended up beating Blaine. Now, next up, we're going to head into Giovanni's gym next in Viridian City, the 8th gym leader of the game. We're going to clear through the trainers in here, get our Pokemon up to, we're not going to train up our Pokemon because I don't think Giovanni's too difficult of a battle in here. So we're going to face off against Giovanni in here. We're going to start the battle using our Victory Bow. We're going to Razor Leaf, knock out the Rhyhorn. Then it's going to send us Dugtrio, Razor Leaf, knock him out. 2 Razor Leaves will knock out the Nidoqueen, as you can see. Then it's going to send us Nidoking. I can survive any hit it takes. And then Razor Leaf will knock him out. And then Rhyhorn, it just obliterated. And down goes Giovanni as we get all 8 gym badges of the game. We're going to face off against our rival west of Viridian City. We're going to start the battle using our Tangela. We're going to survive it. So we're going to survive a wing attack really easily. That is scary. We're going to stun sport down to Pidgeot and then switch into my Victory Bow to get the growth up in front of him. And then I'm able to thief him, knock him out. I'm going to Giga Drain the Alakazam and then regain my HP. Then Skin as Charizard. It's kind of scary. I actually outspeeded. Sleep Powder will put him to sleep. And then I'm able to thief him, knock him out as he stays asleep for 3 turns. Just like that. And then he's going to sound his Rhyhorn. Giga Drain will knock him out. And his Gyarados. So all of his Pokemon will go down pretty easily. As we head into Victory Road next. In Victory Road, we'll get a bunch of training done. We're not going to actually face off against the trainers in here, because I don't want to risk my Pokemon dying. We're going to face off against the wild Pokemon in here to get my levels up. And then once we're done with that, we're going to face off against the Elite Four itself. Now entering our Elite Four challenge, we're going to start the battle using our Victory Bell against Lorelei. Lorelei is mainly Ice type Pokemon, but she has a mixture of them. She has a lot of water types as well. So we're going to start the battle using our Victory Bell. We're going to obviously put it to sleep using Sleep Powder and then growth in front of it. I get 4 growths up and then it's going to wake up and Ice Beam me. So, oh my god, it kind of scared me. If it froze me, I don't know what I would have done, but I'm going to Giga Drain it, get my HP back, and then put it down. Then it's going to send out a Slowbro next. I'm able to Sleep Powder it down, growth in front of it 2 more times. Kind of risking it, but it's okay. And then Giga Drain would knock out the Slowbro. As he sends out his Lapras, 1 shot by Giga Drain would knock him out. Jinx comes on next, I outspeed it. Thief will knock out the Jinx, and then the Cloyster comes on next. Giga Drain will knock him out as we beat Lorelei, and we beat our first Elite Four member. Next up, we're going to face off against Bruno. Bruno's going to be a piece of cake as he starts out with Onix as his first member. I'm going to start with my Venusaur. It's going to Razor Leaf, knock out the Onix. Then he's going to sound his Hitmonchan next. I'm able to 2-shot it with Razor Leaf and knock him out. It's pretty simple things. And then he's going to send out his Hitmonlee next. I'm able to Sleep Powder it down. He misses a Mega Kick, so I'm lucky for that. Synthesis up, and then Razor Leaf will eventually knock him out. Actually, the Mega Kick doesn't even do it that much damage. I risk it. I thought I was faster than his Onix, but I got Rock Tomb, I remember. Now, luckily, I survived the Earthquake, and a Razor Leaf would knock out the Onix. Then he's going to send out his Machamp. I got a Psychic type in the back, so I could 1-shot it using Psychic, and down goes Bruno's Pokemon. Next up, we're going to face up against Agatha. Agatha is going to be the Ghost type, more Poison type Elite Four member. She's going to start off the battle using her Gengar. I'm going to start off the battle using my Tangela, and then I'm going to Stun Sport down the Gengar as it just keeps double teaming me. I break through it. I send out my Exeggutor. I'm going to Psychic, knock him out, which is fantastic for us. Then he's going to send out his Arbok. Kind of got scared here, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to stay in. Psychic will knock him out in 1 shot as he screeched me. It's kind of scary. Then he's going to send out his Gengar once again. I'm like, I'm just going to stay in. It tried to Hypnosis me. It misses Hypnosis, so I could 1-shot it using Psychic. Then it's going to send out his Golbeck. I get scared of the Screech because I lower my defense, so I want to switch out into my Tangela. Survive Air Cutter pretty easily, and then eventually get Stun Spore off on it. Then I can switch back into my Exeggutor, which I can Psychic will knock him out. And then he's going to send out his Haunter. He's going to curse me. I'm able to wake up from the sleep, and then Psychic will knock him out in 1 shot. As we beat Agatha, everything's going pretty easy. Next up, we're going to face off against Lance next. Lance is going to be the 4th Elite Four member of the game. We're going to start the battle using our Venusaur. We're going to Sleep Powder down the Gyarados and then Leech Seed it. Then we're just going to Razor Leaf down the Gyarados. For some reason, this thing has Dragon Rage still. I really thought he was harder. Anyways, we're going to beat down the Gyarados easily. And then he's going to send out his Aerodactyl next. I survive a Wing Attack and I'm able to Sleep Powder it down. Then Leech Seed will get my HP back so I could survive another Wing Attack. It actually wakes up in front of my Synthesis, so I got a lucky thing going on there. Then I'm going to Sleep Powder once again as I survive another Wing Attack and I can get my HP back up. And then a Razor Leaf will knock him out pretty easily. Then he's going to send out its Dragonite. Dragonite, it's kind of scary. I'm going to Leech Seed it. Wing Attack almost 1-shot me just from there, from full HP. So I'm like, I'm going to get out of here, because this thing's kind of scary. I'm like, what can survive a move? I think Tangela, so I'm going to switch into my Tangela. And okay, I had no attacking move. Secret Power is my only attacking move I could really do against it. And eventually it's going to wake up. Now it has Safeguard up. I can't even put on a status. It's going to outrage me. So sit in my Parasect. Luckily Parasect could live 1 outrage. I switch back into my Venusaur and take an outrage. And then Leech Seed would knock out the Dragonite. And then it's going to send us Dragonair, which also has Dragon Rage, which I swear there's better Dragon moves out there, but I guess not. So 2 Razor Leafs will knock out the Dragonair pretty easily like that. Final Pokemon will be another Dragonair. If Lance only got a rare candy, it would have been a Dragonite, but it's okay like that. We Leech it down and then Razor Leaf would knock him out, as you see. And we beat Lance. Next up, we're going to go into the final battle of the game. We're going to refresh our Pokemon, heal them up to full HP, send them up with elixirs, you know, ethers, put the rare candies on them that we forgot to put on our Pokemon. And now our Victory Bell is level 61. This is very important because I need my Victory Bell as the highest Pokemon possible. So we're gonna face off against our rival next. Our rivals can be Gary, the champion fight. We're gonna start the battle using our Venusaur. We're gonna Leech Seed down the Pidgeot. We're gonna get Sand Attack, which is fine. The Sleep Powder down and then switch into my Exeggutor. He's gonna Aerial Ace, almost one-shot me. That's kind of scary. I'm able to reflect it right in front of him. Survive another Aerial Ace, but then I set up Reflect, and I'm just gonna sack my Exeggutor because I don't need it anymore. And then I'm gonna switch into my Victory Bow. Then I'm able to Growth in front of it twice, as he actually fully restores, so I could reset the timer on Sleep Powder, which is great. Get more time to Growth up for free, and I don't think it's gonna do too much damage to me, even if it Aerial Aces. So I'm just gonna stay in, Growth it up, I knock it out using Giga Drain. Then it's gonna send us Alakazam next. This thing outspeeds me, Psychics me in the heart, and then almost knocks me out. I'm able to set up Sunny Day so I could get Chlorophyll up. Giga Drain would knock it out in one shot. Then it's gonna send us Charizard next. I can outspeed it, I can Sleep Powder it, but I miss, and then he just destroys me with Fire Blast, and I'm like, well, that's not good. I think my run-in's over, because I was banking on Victory Bow doing that on the entire thing. So I send in my Tankler, I'm like, Toxic. He misses his Fire Blast. I'm like, okay, I outspeed it because I have Chlorophyll, and I'm like, well, I'm panicking. I don't know what to do now. I'm like, I gotta save Tangela. Maybe Tangela can live and attack. I send in my Parasect, he gets Fire Blasted, gets knocked out. Then I send my Tangela again. I'm like, maybe he'll miss. He misses again, and then he hits me with another Fire Blast. But I think he ran out of Fire Blast now because he only uses Aerial Ace now. I'm like, I don't think I can knock him out. I think he's gonna full restore, so I'm gonna Sleep Powder him. I put him to sleep on the right turn, and then I'm gonna Leech Seed up. He didn't wake up the first time. I'm like, oh, he wakes up the second turn as I Synthesis, but luckily I survive. Luckily, I barely survived, and I got bank on this. I got a Sleep Powder down to Charizard. Luckily, I do land the Sleep Powder as he Aerial Aced me in the face. Oh my god, I'm scared. I'm panicking. I'm just like switching Pokemon. Oh wait, I don't have any Pokemon left. And then I'm just in Synthesis up, and I'm like, hopefully this stays up like this. I caught it in a Sleep Powder again, and I Razor Leaf it, knock him out, and we beat the Charizard. But that's not the end of it. Send out Exeggutor, I was like, oh my god, he has Psychic. For sure he has Psychic. And I'm gonna Sleep Powder down to Exeggutor. Luckily, I'm faster enough. I missed a Razor Leaf, and then I'm like, well, kind of put him back to sleep now. I can't Leech Seed him. I just got a Razor Leaf, and I don't even know if I could beat him with Razor Leaf. It doesn't do that much damage. And then he puts me to sleep. He's gonna Egg Bomb me down, and I'm like, wake up, Venusaur. Luckily, he woke up in time, and then Sleep Powder him down. Synthesis up, get my HP back, and then back to Razor Leafing. And this time, I'm like, wake up, Venusaur. He's not waking up. Venusaur's not waking up. He's like, luckily, Exeggutor misses an Egg Bomb as I wake up finally. Like, just like that, it clutches up like that, and I'm able to Sleep Powder down to Exeggutor. I'm Synthesis up on my Venusaur. I'm like, come on, I'm almost there, and then he full restores in front of me. I'm like, come on, man, come on. Sleep Powder down again, Razor Leaf, Razor Leaf, Razor Leaf. Eventually, I'm able to knock him out using Razor Leaf as he Sleep Powders me again for the final time, but I'm able to wake up with the first turn wake, and then Razor Leaf would knock him out. Razor Leaf would knock out the Rhydon, and then his Gyarados comes out next. I'm able to Sleep Powder him, outspeed him, Synthesis up. Well, I didn't Synthesis up, I should have Synthesis up, but I Leech Seed, and then Synthesis, and then he has Dragon Rage, and then this is a wrap. I put him to sleep once again, and I'm Razor Leafing. 2 shots, knock him out as he's stuck in Thrash, and we beat the game with an epic finale. Oh my god, that was insane how close that was at the end. If he didn't miss Fire Blast twice, if he didn't miss Egg Bomb once, it would have been over. Like, if I was still sleeping on that turn, the Egg Bomb missed, so he would have knocked me out. If Fire Blast hit 4 times, I would have lost, but it misses twice, and we beat down Gary, and we beat this Nuzlocke. We finally beat a Nuzlocke, a grass Nuzlocke. We finally beat that. I'm not too sure if you guys want to see the outtakes. I don't have the reaction of the outtakes where the attempts I failed at, so yeah, if you guys want me to start recording the reactions to my failed attempts and posting them at the end, I'll gladly do that. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys all had a great day. My name's been Alpha. Don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas just like this one, and subscribe if you guys are not already. Anyways, my name's been Alpha. Hope you guys all had a great day. I'm out. Peace.